leaders were committed to the true cause of nationhood. When we were carried our nation's flag with pride and honor, and we lined up on the streets, our students to appreciate and welcome our visiting leaders. I was nurtured when it was pride to go to public schools as against private schools. And when, despite pockets of robberies, the nation was relatively safe. I asked myself, can we say the same of the present times? At what point did we miss it? All hope is not lost. We can still retrace our steps as a nation and change the narrative. We can still achieve such an amazing and egalitarian society if only we can remember where we are coming from and do the needful. For me, I see a new Nigeria that all our sundry will be proud of, a Nigeria that will shun tribalism, embrace religious tolerance, and respect the rule of law. Our children certainly deserve a brighter and better tomorrow, not the memories of good old days. I am joining hands with Sir Shemode Badejo in this collective drive towards a greater and better tomorrow. How about you? Thank you.
Increase the reach of your events or business services. To advertise on Plus TV Africa, please call 0906 000 5719 or 0909 040 8408 or send an email to marketing@PlusTvAfrica.com. Plus TV Africa. Big stories live here.
Businesses in Africa can be very challenging. In Nigeria, it is particularly intimidating, and successful builders have learned how to navigate a hostile environment to unlock opportunities. But one major challenge businesses face is how to filter through the noise and identify where their ideal customers exist. Get insight and practical steps from industry players and captains of industries. Hear success stories to help you make informed decisions as you scale your business in Nigeria. Watch Business Insights at this time on Plus TV Africa.
Hello and welcome to What Are You Saying? #Ways, where we talk about topics in the news as it affects us all. I am Osayiwa Miss Sally, and today I'm joined by my amazing co-anchors, and we have a guest co-anchor in the house, Laide Orokwo. Hi, Laide.
Hi, Uwa. Hi, Uti. Hi, Milo Latiwa. Online.
Talking about Milola. Oh my gosh. I am gushing over my... It's a serious matter. Milola cannot do things small. She has to go the extra.
I don't know how to do it small.
But I'm loving my outfit, and I'm loving your outfit as well.
Your wedding reception.
As in, you should have given me this.
We should manage ourselves.
You know, off casual.
I'm loving my outfit.
Awesome.
It's been a busy week for me.
Very busy, I can imagine. How about you, Uti?
I thought you were going to forget me.
I wonder-
She looked down like, and I was like, I'm
Is your
sorry.
clothing today, Uti?
I think, and I'm carrying,
You should
I'm
be
branded.
behind the
You're
camera.
amazing.
Can you imagine?
I'm branded.
You are the official way lady.
How are you, my darling? You know I missed you.
Clearly not enough.
Sounds so fake.
How have you been?
I'm good. Mentally tired, physically okay, but as you always say, we're thankful we don't look how we
What
feel.
we're going through.
Yeah. So good.
So, but what was your week like? Our week of break?
Was it a break?
Yes, it was.
Wasn't it when you did the second year anniversary during
Yeah,
the
that
break?
We did that and then went to but then we had travel before that.
The 2 days before the anniversary that you invited me to, I'm so glad you had me over.
You have fun.
I had a blast.
It was.
I was like, ooh, I beg. Now wedding, waiting they happen. Takeaway was there, food was yapa, drinks, everything, and then the bevy of beauties that UWA has in her database. Oh my goodness!
No, just
You remember when I said, I wish I was a guy? You heard me that day now when we were talking to Winchi.
I did.
You not do well. I'm glad to be part of the crew.
Wait, ladies, we don't have any chill.
We don't have no chill. All right, so today we have an interesting conversation. We're talking cultism. Unfortunately, it's not supposed to be. We're talking cultism, and here's what we found as today's quote. People under the influence of cults is similar to that we observe in addicts. Typical behavior for both includes draining bank accounts, neglecting children, destroying relations with family, and losing interest in anything except the drug or cult. Alright, so it's our ladies' night out. Uti, Milola Laide, Orokpo, and I are discussing cultism and the impact it's had on our society. And when we open our phone lines, we'll really love to hear what you have to say. But first, we'll take a break to see what we found in the news.
Increase the reach of your events or business services. To advertise on Plus TV Africa, please call 0906 000 5719 or 0909 040 8408, or send an email to marketing@plustvafrica.com. Plus TV Africa. Big stories live here.
It is engagement we need to have.
Those who suffer miscarriages are never taken into account.
Members of the National Assembly are also influence peddlers.
You are sitting on Nigerians' money
From the barbing, I pay my rent. From the barbing, I send my children to school.
A consultative engagement.
No any tangible notification before they ban us.
All right, you're still watching Ways. National Conservation Day focuses on making people aware of global warming and climate change and promoting efforts towards saving energy resources. Energy conservation is a decision and practice of using less energy, as turning off the lights when you leave the room, unplugging appliances when they're not in use, and walking instead of driving are all examples of energy conservation. Now, in simple ways, energy conservation means reducing the consumption of energy by producing or using less of it. This could be in the form of using fewer energy services or using devices that require less energy. The objective of National Energy Conservation Day is to make people aware of the necessity of energy efficiency and conservation. The day addresses the ways in which we as a society can judiciously conserve energy by substituting non-renewable energy resources with renewable ones and reducing the overall energy consumption. So, National Energy Conservation Day. Here you go. Who does not turn off anything in their house here?
I'm so
I can't find anybody. When you see your bills.
When you are metered.
When you are metered.
When you're used to a solar technology, you have to conserve energy.
Yes.
So
the inverter
that
system,
naturally will teach you energy conservation.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean,
when you come from the abroad and you see that the heater is on and the bill is not like NEPA bill, you have learned it and trained your mind.
Yeah.
Even here.
Today I was.
You
said what?
I was just going to say that it's not as common practice here. So I find it was one of the things, like you said, when you come from abroad, you find that people, once there's light, put on all the ACs, put on all the lights, everything is on because they don't need it, but it's just,
feel the difference in energy
they
tariff.
need to put the whole thing on. So
I was in my son's room this afternoon because we're on inverter because the power has been really bad. So I noticed his fan was running and there was nobody in the room. I said, David, why would you leave your fan running? You know, you're supposed to conserve your light. You know, I mean, switch it off.
For charging your phone.
Yes, you switch it.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, it matters.
I go into a room and I see the switch on with nothing plugged inside. I still turn it off.
Good
Phantom load. That's what they're called.
As an
energy expert.
Energy expert. you wear many hats. Okay, let me come to you, madam, energy expert.
Oh, really? I wasn't ready.
You were ready.
I wasn't ready, but no, I'll jump right to it. We're talking COVID-19, the Omicron, and more than 754 deaths. Very recent. Nigeria on Saturday reported 612 new COVID-19 cases. The Nigerian Center for Disease Control, NCDC, has revealed this.
Is this linked to the Omicron?
Yeah, pretty much, because there's a spike in the number of people that are testing positive for COVID-19. But the challenge is, it looks like the numbers are higher, and then we need to be more mindful.
Yeah, so I'll come to Uti.
Even people with vaccines, yes, like it just believes to be said that even with the vaccine, there's a chance you may not die. It doesn't guarantee you will not die.
I've seen someone that was fully vaccinated
and then died. Yeah, so it depends on really your current health condition that determines how well the severity.
So I think Uti has a follow-up.
There's really no guarantees
on COVID-19.
So my headline is simple. My headline, I mean, I'm excited. You know, sometimes you kind of need to feel like we're still a giant in some way. So my headline says UK removes all 11 countries from the red list. So of course, 2 weeks ago, all the madness and kerfuffle of Omicron, the UK wakes up and puts Nigeria on the red list. What they didn't do in 2020, they woke up and said,
we are not qualified to come into their country.
They're putting us on the red list. So 11 countries, predominantly South African countries or countries in the south of Africa. Angola, Botswana, Eswatini, Lesotho, Malawi, Mozambique, Namibia, Nigeria, South Africa, Zambia, and Zimbabwe are all coming off the list at 4 a.m. tomorrow. Now, it's funny. What's his name now? Javid, the health secretary. I saw a live interview with him yesterday, and he was talking about how the numbers are doubling. So they're officially in community spread. The numbers are doubling like every 2-3 days, and they're expecting that in 3 weeks or so, then they'll start to feel the effects in hospitals and that. But of course, everything we've seen on Omicron so far says it's milder. But if you've reached community
In
spread,
terms of spread, it's wider, but
it spreads faster,
effect,
but the effects are milder.
It's not as it wasn't as deadly as Delta.
So why I'm explaining this is because there has to be an explanation for why you rewind back after 2 weeks, and you can't really say that some people threatened us. You have to say that we have officially entered community spread. So if you have entered community spread, then you don't need the ban anymore. So you all can come in.
What
Merry
a
Christmas.
what a joke. But I like all these bars goes happening internationally. See the UAE drama that happened. They just gave you back what you gave, and next thing they lifted the ban. Yeah.
We did the same back thing to them.
Yes, no.
So the thing about it is that I'm really proud that Nigeria for once stood up for itself, and started saying, look, enough is enough. You can't keep bullying us. And then assuming that we would take it. Because I had read something on social media, I had to watch the news, and someone had said that, the UK said that they're still going to keep the ban on, and about what did it call?
No, you mean the initiation?
They say something when they put them through this vigorous.
Right.
Yes. So that's what she claims. And everybody is like, where did you get this story from? Who has told you this information? And you're being very insensitive to the loss of this boy's life and trying to justify what he went through. So that maybe now it's not going to be first-degree murder, it's going to be like second-degree manslaughter or something. Now you can't do that. Come when you have a platform that people listen to. And thankfully, Femi Falana has actually asked the police to invite her to come and address this, how did he say, reckless statements. I'm very happy about that.
Yeah, I took that story yesterday, and Adetun, she was really, going to. She said she was going to her house to go and beat her up. Well, my story is actually interesting because some of us we've been declared unmarried.
Unmarried evil.
We've been declared unmarried though. So in case you were married in Ikoyi registry, right? They have said. Let me find that story. See me. I was focusing on you people and I forgot my story. So they said so the headline reads now network has decided all marriages conducted by the Ikoyi registry are illegal and invalid. This is the report that made the headline. So of course,
marriages.
Yes, they said there's been a legal brawl between the local government, some local government areas of Nigeria, against the federal government simply for the determination of who has the power to operate marriage registries, conduct marriages, and issue marriage certificates. Statutorily, they said the local government are the ones empowered to conduct marriages and issue marriage certificates for this reason. And the local government has insisted that their powers to register marriages, which are statutorily provided, are being observed by the federal government through the Ministry of Interior. So this conversation has been on and on, because I remember there was a time, maybe about 3 or 4 years ago, where they came out to say that some places where people got married, in fact my sister's one was affected, the one by Ikeja Computer Villages, the marriage registry there. They pointed out a few places and said that those people are not allowed to conduct marriage. They're not certified to conduct marriages. So this one now is a new one, so we don't know what the situation
is. That it's local governments that should conduct marriages and not the federal government, which is what Ikoyi registry represents as the Ministry of Interior, and if that is the case, someone was even saying abroad it's local government, but do we always have to compare things to abroad?
I know, but what does it say in the Constitution? But I just want to actually say before you say that the Ministry of Interior has actually now put out a press statement that says their attention has been drawn to the news making the rounds in social media, claiming that all marriages conducted by Ikoyi Marriage Registry are illegal and invalid. It is a false and misleading and deliberate distortion of the decision of the court in the suit between Etiosa local government and the Minister of the Interior. And it is noteworthy that the same Federal High Court situated in Ikoyi in a different suit between Etiosa local government and Prince Hastra held that the federal government through the Ministry of Interior is constitutional.
A lot of somebody's dad's available for some of us.
Thanks for staying with us. Now, confraternities in Nigeria are secret societies like student groups within higher education that have been involved in illegal and violent activities. The exact death toll of confraternities are unclear, But one estimate in 2002 was that 250 people had been killed in campus cult-related murders in the previous decade, while the Exam Ethics Project's lobby group estimated that 115 students and teachers have been killed between 1993 and 2019. And during the first weeks of school year, confraternity alumni and members swarmed campuses recruiting new members. Initiating ceremonies normally involve severe beating in order to test their endurance, as well as ingesting of liquid mixed with blood. Male initiates may sometimes be required to pass unalterable additional hurdle before becoming full members. Of final year students of the Department of Political Science in Osun State University, Victor Oke, was allegedly shot, caught with machetes and set ablaze by suspected cultists for refusing to join a fraternity. This manner of violence against our boys and men reminds us of the recent brutal murder of Sylvester, the 12-year-old boy student that died at Dowen College, who was beat up by a group of senior students and forced to ingest an unknown liquid substance, which eventually took his life. Now, it's hard to trace the root cause and the purpose of bullying and cultism. Some claim it is for protection, some say it's quest for power, or just a reason to be feared and respected. I mean, that's the conversation. So if you have been affected or you've suffered from cultist activities, or you know someone who has, please let us hear what you have to say. Remember, you can join the conversation. Send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-803-84663. All right, so I was just going to add that there is, there's some semblance of, you can actually correlate why it still does exist, and with the boldness to which it does. I mean, there was the 1 million boys, you come out in the street. Cultism used to be something that, you know,
hush, hush.
Yeah, but now there's so much boldness. I mean, when Omola was writing this, she talked about schools. Now, it's not just in universities. In your neighborhood, different streets, there's always clashes at Badore because they said they called boys between them and the ones at Abramade Sonya. They're always fighting. So different communities, cultism is everywhere, is amongst us, is within us, is everywhere, in different levels. And I mean, if you had watched that video, the guy talked about cultists being in different cadre. So they're in the military, they're in government, they're in top, yes, they're in police, they're in government, they're in top organizations. So how do we even solve this problem of cultism? And what is really the big impact of cultism in our society? Maybe I'll come to you, Uti.
You want to start from me?
Yes, so.
Interesting. You know, the first memory I have of this whole conversation around cults with university, my brother went to LASU. And it was some of the singularly most traumatizing experiences of my life. I didn't experience it, I just impacting us in a school perspective. What do we look for, you know? So when we are at the point that we're at, you know, something that's now growing exponentially, at what point? You know, where are we going to get to? Where's the zenith? Where's the peak? It's a very scary thought for me.
It's very scary to think about.
There's no peak. Let me start from there. Because humans would always give birth to humans.